Okay, everybody ready? Okay. Good morning. My name is Bill Cox, and I'm the chairman of the MDTA Capital Committee, and we'll be conducting today's meeting. Today is Thursday, August 6th, and I hereby call the meeting of the Capital Committee to order at 9:01 a.m. In accordance with the live streaming law, this meeting is being conducted via video conference and is being live streamed on the MDTA Capital Committee page. As a reminder, all members of the Capital Committee will have their video active the entirety of the meeting. To minimize background noise during the call, I would ask that everyone on this line please mute your phones. Anyone who is presenting or answering a question, please turn your video and audio on when speaking. When you are done, please turn your video off and put your audio back on mute. At this time, there are no members of the public, no elected officials, and no media that have pre-registered to comment at today's meeting. At this time, we will move to the agenda and item number 1, which is a motion to approve the committee minutes of the open session of the June 6th meeting. Is there a motion?
A motion.
Member
Wayi.
Okay, Member Sneed, second by Member Wayi. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. Next is the closed session meeting.
Excuse me, Chair.
Yes?
Can you go ahead and do the, ask for a motion for item number 6?
Yes,
Thank
got
you.
it. Thank you. At this time, I ask that a motion be made to delete item number 6 from the agenda. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion, Member Wayi, to delete item 6 from today's agenda.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second, Member Cordova.
Okay, Member Cordova, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 6 is removed. Thank you. Next, the approval of the closed session meeting of June 6th. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve. Member
Second.
Cordova.
Cordova, Member Sneed, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Next, we moved item number 3 to go. Can I ask that you now present the item for approval on number 3? Or is he here? Who's going to make the
The item is for environmental compliance
Thank you.
and engineering services, correct?
Okay, there you are. Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, members of the Capital Committee. My name is Wayi. I'm the MDTA from MDTA's Office of Engineering and Construction. I will be presenting procurement number MDTA 2025-01A, which is Comprehensive Environmental Compliance and Engineering Services. This procurement is for architectural and engineering services, abbreviated as A&E services. Under the supervision of MDTA staff, the awardees will provide environmental engineering, permitting, compliance, mitigation, asset management, construction management, project management, and program management support services. Assignments will be issued on a task order basis. Prior to issuance of these task orders, each task order would be negotiated to reach an agreement on the man-hours and their distribution. This procurement will result in 3 contract awards with values of $5 million each. The duration for each of them would be 5 years. The contract has an MVE goal of 23% with sub-goals of 7% African American and 10% women-owned, along with 1% VSVE goals. For this procurement, the CTP request was sent to the Secretary's office on October 1st, 2024, and it was approved by TSO on October 18th, 2024. The RFP was advertised on July 17th, 2025. The proposals were due on September 16, 2025, and the procurement used a single-step qualification bid-based selection process. In all, there were 10 proposals. AECOM and KCI joint venture, Arcane-K and Century joint venture, WSP, Dewberry and Prime AE joint venture, Wallace Montgomery and Terracon joint venture, McCormick Taylor and EA joint venture, GMT and Gannett Fleming joint venture, GPI and ATCS joint venture, WRA and WTB joint venture, and last, Tetra Tech. The technical proposals were evaluated on the basis of the firm's key personnel and supplemental staff qualifications, organizational chart, services on similar projects, work plan, etc. In addition, there were technical questions to assess each firm's knowledge, skills, teamwork, customer service, responsiveness, and resourcefulness. AECOM and KCI joint venture technical proposal was ranked highest, followed by Arcane-K and Century joint ventures, and WSP's technical proposals in that order. There were no protests in the procurement process. If approved, the awardees will be AECOM and KCI joint venture, Arcane-K and Century joint venture, and WSP with contract values of $5 million each. The contract numbers would be AE 3153, AE 3154, and AE 3155. Currently, NTP is anticipated mid-September, around September 17th, 2026. With that, we are seeking a recommendation from this capital committee to present this contract to the full MDTA board. This contract will be submitted for Board of Public Works approval, subsequent steps. Thank you very much, and I'll entertain questions.
Thanks, Tigsu. Is there questions from the committee?
I just have to interject, Member Wayi. I have to recuse myself from any discussion regarding this contract.
Okay, Member Wayi excused himself. There's other questions from any of the other members. Member Sneed, any questions? All
No
right,
questions on my side.
I have one question. Was there a prior contract to with a similar scope? And was it the same length? And what was the amount? Was it less than 15 million or?
Yes, there was a similar contract that's expiring in about a year.
Okay.
And the total value for the previous round of contracts were $12 million, and for a similar duration of 5 years.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Any
Thank
other
you.
questions?
No
No
questions.
questions? Is there a motion?
Motion to approve, Member Cordova.
Second, Member Sneed.
Approved. Second by Member Sneed. Member Wayi is recused himself. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We will now go to item number 6, comprehensive preliminary engineering and environmental design services. Marzwar, is he here? Yes, there he is. Okay, you're on.
Thank you. Good morning, members of the committee. I'm Moreshwar Kulkarni, and I work at MDTA's Office of Engineering and Construction. I am presenting procurement number MDTA 2024-01A, which is the comprehensive preliminary engineering and final design services for Office of Engineering and Construction. We will use this procurement for architectural and engineering services. And the contracts that will result from this procurement will be largely used to deliver small and big infrastructure projects. The solicited services cover planning, preliminary engineering, final design, construction support, asset management, project management, and program support phases. Again, these contracts are intended to be comprehensive, but I will just enumerate some the detail here. For each of these project phases, contracts include multiple disciplines in engineering, such as highway, water resources, structural, traffic, transportation, electrical, ITS, pavement, etc. It also includes services for architecture, land surveying, public engagement, forestry, construction management, and we will also use this contract for staff augmentation. All the services that are provided under this contract will be done under the supervision of MDTA staff. We will assign work via task orders. Each task order will individually define the scope of work, schedule, man hours, and cost. Prior to issuance of a notice to proceed, we negotiate the task orders to reach an agreement on all of these elements. All the tasks will be funded through a combination of our capital budget as well as our operating budget. For this procurement, the MBE goal is 27%, and there is also a sub-goal of 7% for African American businesses, a 10% sub-goal for women-owned, and a 1% VSBE sub-goal, VSBE goal, that is. The advertisement was for an award of up to 6 contracts with an aggregate value of $150 million. Each contract, if awarded, will have a duration of 5 years. Just a background about this, some of the dates on this procurement. The CTP request was sent on January 18th of 2024. It was approved on February 27th of 2024. We advertised the RFP on April 30th of 2025. The proposals were received on July 29th of 2025. We used a single-step qualification-based selection for these. The technical proposals were evaluated on the basis of firm services on similar projects, the firm qualifications of the key personnel, firm specialty expertise, organizational chart, work plan, etc. We also had technical questions and presentations to assess the firm's knowledge, skills, teamwork, customer service, responsiveness, and resourcefulness. In all, there were 9 proposers and 6 were shortlisted for potential award. The names of all the proposers are listed on page 2 of the handout. There were no protests filed. Currently, out of the 6 shortlisted proposers, we are only presenting 3 for the Capital Committee's consideration. The remaining 3 will be the remaining 3 proposers we will present at a later date. We recommend contract awards to 3 following entities. The first one is a joint venture between AECOM Design Services and Wallace Montgomery and Associates LLP with a potential award amount of $27 million. If approved, the contract number will be AE 3148. A joint venture between WSP USA Incorporated and KCI Technologies with a potential award amount of $27 million. If approved, the contract number will be AE 3149. And lastly, an award to firm Rummel, Klepper and Cal LLP with a potential award amount of $25 million. If approved, the contract number will be AE 3150. Proposers MBE and VSBE plan indicate their intent to fulfill the goals. Notices to proceed for these contracts are anticipated in mid-September. We are seeking your approval to present these contracts to the full MDTA board. Thereafter, we'll also seek an approval from Maryland's Board of Public Works. At this time, I'm open to any questions that you may have.
Questions?
This is Member Wayi again. I have to recuse myself.
Okay, Member
from this
Wayi will
discussion.
recuse himself.
I do have a
Members,
question, please.
Yes, Member Cordova.
So we have 3 contracts that you're presenting for us, and one of them is the contract amount is a little less than the other 2. Is there a reason for that?
Yes, we have awarded the contract amounts in relation to their scores. So firms that scored higher have been awarded higher contract amounts.
Okay. And then also it seems like at least the prime members of each of the teams that were selected are the same as the environmental contract that was presented to us before this one. Is there a reason for that?
Both those procurements were done independently and by different teams, so it is just a coincidence. And given the number of players we have, oftentimes we do have multiple firms having contracts with us, different contracts with us.
Are these 3 firms or joint ventures and firms the same that we had in the previous comprehensive preliminary engineering and final design services BOA or contract?
Yes, we do have, not for all of them, but we have contracts with the same joint venture for AECOM Design Services and Wallace. And we had a similar contract with RK&K by themselves. I believe the contract with the JV between WSP and KCI is new, but the firms individually have done work for us.
Okay, and then you said that some of the firms will be presented at a later date. I think that was what you said.
Yes.
And why is the reason for that? Why is that?
We were able to get an agreement on these as we are working through, reviewing elements of the remaining 3 potential awardees.
Okay.
So these were ready. So hence that's why.
So, but you only plan to award 3 contracts?
We plan to award at this time 3, and then there are the remaining 3 that we will award at a later date. But
Okay.
total, it will be 6 contracts awarded.
Okay, thank you.
Questions? Other questions?
My only other question is, we've seen kind of the last presentation on the award for approval and then the current one. It seems that they're increasing at a rate higher than inflation. Is it because of fuel costs and asphalt, or what are the reasons driving that? Because when we jump 25%, like the last contract, and then this one, I think is similar jump in percentage. Is it because of fuel, or are there other outstanding factors? I just want to make sure that as we approve these long-term 5-year contracts, we're not, going way outside the norm in terms of percentage increases.
So in the last round of the contracts, similar contracts, I would say, the amount originally was around between $74 and $75 million, the original award amounts, and they were depleted substantially faster. So we had to add additional amount. There was a 50% increase in the award amounts, bringing the value of the last round of contracts to somewhere in the range of $111 million.
Okay.
And so this time we are seeking $150 million. The increase is driven largely by increase in the hourly rates.
Okay.
And then also we have seen the overhead rates of individual firms. There is no longer a cap. So we have seen a steady increase in the overhead rates of some of the firms. And that's why we, in order to avoid, to the extent we can, we have increased the amounts.
So it's finding that balance between selecting the good firms, and they all seem to have the commonality of increasing their rates in general.
Yes, there is an escalation in hourly rates. and oftentimes these firms do compete with each other for the same personnel, so that causes an increase in the rates.
Well, thanks for the insight. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay.
So what's the time frame on the other three? And I see obviously there's a big difference as far as, not a big, but a difference of about 20% in the third bid versus the ones that we're about to approve or considering approval, let's put it that way.
Yes, is related directly to the points that they earned in the evaluation score. And for this, given sort of the scope and the work that these firms will do, we thought it was prudent to award a bigger amount, given their performance in the evaluation.
Okay, any other questions? Thank you. Is there a motion?
Sure, I'll motion to approve, Member Cordova.
Okay,
Second, Member Sneed.
Member Sneed, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, aye, and Member Wayi is excused from participating. Okay, next, item number 5.
Thank you.
Okay, we have now a little bit something different, obviously. Wasn't run non-title. The fees, are you with us?
Hello, good morning, members. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Morning.
I'm Nafez Al-Qasim. I'm the Deputy Director of Project Development in the Office of Engineering and Construction, MDTA. I'll be presenting to the Capital Committee today contract number KH 3053, Pheasant Run Mitigation Site. This project is to purchase stream mitigation credits from an existing environmental bank constructed by Ecotone LLC to offset unavoidable stream impacts associated with the I-95 Express Toll Lanes program. The ETL program does not have the ability to provide all mitigation on site and needs to provide off-site mitigation to meet permitting requirements for our projects, our ETL projects. The Pheasant Run mitigation site is located in Harford County, in the western, in the watershed where MDTA needs to provide stream mitigation when construction has been completed. This project, again, this is not a construction project. It was not, there's no need, it's like a sole source procurement, so to speak. We reached out to Ecotone and established an agreement with them to purchase those credits from them. There was no add date. However, we did, like I said, have an agreement with them, and we would like to make that agreement effective on September 22nd. We did present this project to the PRG for an MBE goal. There was determined that the no goal can be established for this because, again, like I said, it's not a contract, it's just purchasing agreements, credits from an already established environmental mitigation site. The engineer's estimate for this project was $2,737,800. Ecotone's price or the agreed price upon was $2,535,000. And this project will be, or this purchase will be funded 100% by toll revenues. We would like to seek your approval to present this to the board members so we can move forward with this purchase. Now I take any questions if you all have any.
Questions?
So the credits that are being put aside is because they had prepared a mitigation elsewhere in a different wetland?
Yeah, this company, yes, this company, exactly. They purchase a piece of land and they do the mitigation on it with the approval of MDE, the Maryland Department of the Environment. So we just purchase the credits from them, pay them for it, just because we can't do it on site. like reforestation, wetland mitigation, stuff like planting trees and all that.
Okay,
Question
thank you.
from any other questions? I have one. Obviously, is Ecotone, I think they've done work with us before. Am I correct?
I believe, yes, the folks from the Key Bridge rebuilt,
Oh,
yes, worked with them on a mitigation site. And we did
Yeah.
another one for, yes.
Is this in conjunction with the near Fine Run 540 24 interchange?
Yes.
And
mhm,
that
yeah.
between the Little Gunpowder and Bynum Run, is that where basically where that's taking place?
Yes. mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
Any other questions? Thank you. Is there a
Mhm.
motion?
Member
Sure,
Wayi,
motion to
I move.
approve, Member Cordova.
Second.
Okay,
member Schneid.
second.
Member Wayi.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay. At this
Thank you.
point, we have reached the closed session, or we have now obviously the time has come, obviously, to make a motion to go into closed session. Is there a motion?
Motion to go into closed session, Member Cordova.
Okay.
Second, member Schneid.
Okay, all right, all in favor? We will now
Aye.
go into closed session. At the end of this, we will come back and we will have a motion to obviously go into regular session. And then if there's any discussion in closed session, we will bring it back to the public. Thank you very much. Okay. Morning again. The time now is 9:55 and the Capital Committee has completed its closed session. There were no actions taken in closed session to require ratification. At this point, the agenda is complete. Is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Motion to adjourn, Member Cordova?
Second, Member
Second,
Sneed.
Member Sneed, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much. Thanks. Great meeting. Thank you very much.
Have a nice
good one.
weekend. See you next week, Bill.